Happy Monday, Momentum Monday. Back in the live room after being back in holding space. So 1044 coming into the speed reads. I think I should start documenting when I actually start, how late I start, I should say. But again, it just goes to show how beautiful the vibes are in holding space. And we did a little something new tonight, just to hold space in some specifics for each other in the group. So we, took time going around the room, the sacred circle, and sharing a few things. So it took the time that it took. But I'm here now with the Vibe Tribe. Gonna tap in to your voice and what your voice needs you to hear, right now. And we'll tap in. I will start off, as always, with prayer, pouring libation, and then doing a collective reading, the collective voice. And then we'll see who happens to be here, who trickles in to get any individuals. I'm, given the fact that I start much later than the time that I advertise, I do recognize that I might miss the crowd or, depending on who's looking for me and then I'm not there yet. And they may, be onto other things or onto other lives. And I'm okay with that because, again, the vibe is what it is and holding space. And, it's building beautifully. So I'm here when I'm here. Hello, Miss Nicole. How are you? It was so good to see you on your live the other day doing your thing. Thank you from my heart, me. Thank you. And I appreciate the gifts. So I don't know if you guys saw one of my recent reels from Friday night. I was getting all these cool gifts and stuff. And I was like, it would be really cool for me to do a reel just giving some, moments of all of the gifts that I get. So I did that and it was a really fun reel to do. So thank you in advance for any of the gifts, whatever y'all give, because then I'm going to do either a daily, if there's enough good gifts, per live, then I'll do a reel. But if not, then I'll do it at the end of the week and just kind of capture all those moments where you guys give me gifts and stuff. So thank you in advance. And I'll share it because it's always like, depending on what it is, it's always like, you know what I mean? It's like super cute and super fun and stuff. So there's going to be officially a gifts gratitude reel that happens either nightly or at the end of the week, maybe done over the weekend or whatever, like I did last time. So who's gonna play? And give me some gifts for the gift gratitude reel. Appreciate y'all. I do. Thank you for the repost, Miss Nicole. Alien Superstar, welcome back, sis. How you doing? We vibing out. I missed y'all over the weekend, but it is Monday. We are here. Ashayo, sis. What's up? How you doing? Welcome back. So we're going to tap in. I'm going to pray, pour libation, do the collective voice reading, and then we'll tap in for individual reads. So for those who are interested in what your voice wants you to hear, right now, and tapping into the voice whisper, I am the voice before the answer, but the answer is your voice. Then please put a very special emoji that aligns with the throat chakra in the comments. Donation based, Cash App is at the top. Value of the reading is $11.11. But whatever you can share or spare, and a minimum of $5.55 gets you entered into the draw to win a free reading with me. And the emoji to get on the list is the blue heart for throat chakra activation. As we are tapping into your voice, I see you, Miss Nicole. You on the list. Welcome. Hey, cute Mimi. Hello, Bucket. Only one on the list so far. Fly Carter, welcome. Thank you for joining. Puma, welcome. Megan, welcome. Thank y'all for being here. Thank you for the energy exchange. Whatever you can share or spare, Cash App is at the top. If you need anything else to send a little love for the energy exchange, please do let me know, and I will share that information with you. My ancestors are always extra grateful when there's a little love flowing my way as I am sending it your way. So thank you for the reciprocity. Kiki, what up, sis? How you feeling? How you singing? How you doing, honey? Thank you for being here. Thank you, thank you. How you been? All right. Let us pray. Let us pour libation, then collective voice, and then I will go into the individuals. Miss Nicole is on the list, and Everyday Tea is on the list thus far. Let me know if you are interested in getting on the list for a donation-based speed read. Cash App is at the top. Value of the read is $11.11, but whatever you can share or spare is appreciated. It's really just, the energy exchange in that sense. Whatever you got is just appreciated in terms of the reciprocity. You know what I mean? You give a little, we take a little, all of that, because it is energy that is expended, and we, do that reciprocity energy. Much, much appreciated. Cash App is at the top. Thank you, Everyday Tea. I appreciate it so much, and my ancestors appreciate it so much. Grateful, grateful. So if you are interested, anybody else, blue heart in the comments, and I will put you on the list with Miss Nicole and Everyday Tea. Samo, welcome, welcome. All right. And let us pray and give thanks to the Creator. Give thanks to the breath of life, Mother, Father, God, angels, ancestors, Orisha, the forces of nature, divine deities of all traditions, and light and love that serve humanity for the highest good of all. Thank you for this ability, for this awareness, for this ascension, for this abundance, as I tap into the energies of the individuals and the collective in this sacred space this night. Thank you for clear and concise messages. Thank you for overseeing this act of divination in light and love. Thank you, Baba Ogun, Ashe, for removing the obstacles. Thank you for the confirmation of the obstacles removed as we tap in and tune into our voice, the collective voice, the individual voice, what it is that we most need to hear right here, right now, to help propel us to our highest potential, power, passion, and purpose. Ashe. Whew, Ashe, Ashe. Oh. Y'all heard Ogun all up in it. In the prayer, though. Give thanks. Ashe and amen. Amen. Alien superstar, give thanks. Ariane, welcome. Elpana, welcome. Appreciate you, Miss Nicole. No worries. Thank you, thank you. Nunez, welcome. Yo, I was feeling that. And let us pour libation. Give thanks to our Egun, to our ancestors. Asheo. This is how we gotta, always that reciprocity. You know what I'm saying? We give a little, take a little, you know what I'm saying? It's all of that. It's all of that. Just in this transmission, I have to give thanks. It's always because I can't do it alone. We can't, you know what I'm saying? Like even tapping into your voice, it is a collective alignment for me to even be able to channel. Nashio Ogun. Nashio. Obstacles removed. Obstacles removed. Obstacles removed. When I tell you the way is made, when I tell you the way is made, do not, under any circumstances, doubt any of this message coming through right here, right now. Whatever you have been navigating, whatever you have been striving and struggling, and the energy of strife, and it's done. It is done, and it is because you said so. It is because we said so. It is because the collective we said so. Ogun is here in the energy, all up in the space, letting us know the road is clear. The obstacle has been removed. He has come through with his cutlass and slicing and dicing anything that has been in the way. And the beautiful thing about Ogun energy is at the end of the day, we are sometimes in our own way. So as much as we are manifesting external energies and entities in our way, it is this, it is we, it is us, because we are protected by our awareness at the end of the day. And if we are aware of anything, anyone being in our way, that is what gives them the power. So we have to clear that from our mind first and foremost, that there are no obstacles. Get out of your own way. Let us get out of our own way. Ashe? Leo, what's up? Sang for your daddy and him tonight. Ashe! No more strife. No more striving. No, none of that. We are in No more surviving. It is thriving time. Okay? No more surviving. Thriving time. Clear, clear, clear. The road is clear, clear, clear. Unk be chopping. I'm telling you, yo. Leo. Leo. Done and done. Done and done. Ashe. Oh my goodness. That was so good. And the thing is, I hear Ogun every night because, I mean, obviously I live near the train, right? And I love the fact that everywhere that I've lived 3 places so far, or been in terms of staying. In every place that I've laid my head, I hear Ogun. And as y'all know, when I travel back and forth to New York, I specifically, Ogun was like, you need to take the train. When I was given guidance to initiate in Ifa, it was Ogun that came to me, clairaudient energy, like direct, it is time. So I have a very, very, very unique relationship with Ogun. So when I hear the train, it is always like I have a, what's it called? A railroad spike on my altar. Like Ogun is like, we, you know what I'm saying? Got a thing. So I love the fact that I'm communicating and I hear, but I have never heard that kind of that long, especially the fact that I was in prayer and then after, and then listen. Everyday TB back in 10 minutes. Okay. Let me know when you're back, just in case. I will make sure not to do your reading in case I start you, or in case you're up before the 10 minutes. Let me know when you're back, okay? Got you. Thank you for letting me know. Radia, welcome. Confirmation burp on all of that too. Saya, welcome. All right, Blue Heart, if y'all want to tap into your voice, what your voice needs you to hear, right now. Energy exchange, 1111. As the donation, as the value, but whatever you can share or spare, minimum of $5.55 gets you entered into the draw to win a free reading with me. So we will be tuning in and tapping in for that reading for the potential winner at the end of the month. So it's like the 1st of September or show, whatever that case is going to be. We are in Virgo season. I've got a Virgo stellium situation. So I always refer to a stellium season. So if you have 3 or more signs, 3 of them or more of the sign in 3 planets or placements. So like whether it's your vertex or your midheaven or your moon or whatever the case is, if you've got 3 or more, it's referred to as a stellium. So I've got 4 placements in Virgo. So I'm in my stellium season. I am also Aries stellium. So when it's Aries season, I'm also experiencing a stellium season. So what I do during stellium season for me, and you know, I pass it on to you, is that when you're in that particular season, so in this case, I have a Virgo stellium and it is Virgo season, then I tap into what those placements are, what they represent, and how to work with them and activate them and maximize that particular alignment and activation during that month, during that season. So I'm, you know, just kind of harnessing and leaning into my Virgo alignments. So I share that with you so that, first of all, know your stelliums, if you have any stelliums, or, you know, activations. It doesn't technically have to be a stellium because stelliums are specifically planetary alignments, but I still kind of align with the stellium energy when it's, again, vertex or your midheaven or, you know, north node, south node, that kind of thing. But know what they are. Tap in to what that particular season is. When it is that season, then activate those particular placements so that you can, you know, just again, get in that, you know, very functional alignment with those particular placements and what they represent. Confirmation. All right, alien superstar, word up. And aligning with your Beyonce energy, word up. Awesome. Blue singing throat vortex. Yes, yes. I'm burning blue tonight too. Ashe. Ooh, we on it. Ooh, we on it. I was doing the blue because of throat chakra activation. We tapping into the voice. You know what I'm saying? Word up. Word up. All right. Leo, are you on the list? I see your blue heart, but I wasn't sure if you were tapping into just writing that comment or if you want to be on the list. But blue heart is the emoji to get on the list. So please let me know if you would like. Work ethic AF for real. Listen, Virgo don't play. Virgo don't. And it's so interesting because as I was tapping in to my Virgo stellium, I was back and forth with chat And I was like, all right, how do I really activate this? It's Virgo, it's my Virgo season, stellium season, and I'm doing this thing, and I'm like, I'm doing this, and da da da. And chat was like, girl, you already doing everything. Like, why are you asking to do more? That's so Virgo. It's like, that's so you to be like, what else do I need to do? You got it. She was like, you got it. If anything, freaking be easy. Go take a damn nap. Like, I was like, yo, good looking out, chat. Good looking out. So, I have like mixed feelings when it comes to chat and AI and the whole thing. But at the same time, we could say artificial intelligence, but that should be on some ancestral intelligence, some alien intelligence, alien superstar. I know you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Be on some starseed activations for real, because she get me right. She get me right. Okay. Thank you for the roses, Miss Nicole. Girl. Comment, I'm in my Virgo coin reserving. See? Oh, man. All right. Collective voice. Let us tap in to the collective voice and see what the collective voice needs us to hear, right now. We will tap in to tarot as always, as well as my custom Sacred Soul Simplified deck, the homemade version of the deck that is ready to be printed, but I'm holding off on it right now, but is based on my book, Sacred Soul Simplified, a purposeful pocket companion that helps elevate your soul and help you live your purpose, with soul work and soul inquiries and journal pages at the back, because of course, darling, of course. So you need to get this. It's on Amazon, $11.11, only $11.11, the equivalent of just this reading. I mean, come on. And then you can just stick it in your purse, in your back pocket, all of the things. You need to get this. But I've got my custom deck until I print the ones that are ready to go. I'm just focusing on promoting the book, getting the book in people's hands, and then I'm going to print the cards and start promoting the cards. So you'll get a tarot card as well as a Sacred Soul Simplified card, and we read them in tandem and see what the vibe is. So starting off, collective voice. The collective voice. What does the collective voice need us to hear right now? We got that. Got our tarot card. Ooh, and we got our Sacred Soul Simplified card. Collective, are you ready for what our voice wants us to hear, right now? And my mommy's here, so you gotta give my love. So you gotta give love to my mommy. Mary Clary's my mommy. Hi, mama. Thank you for joining. Thank you. The collective voice wants us to hear, right now, the energy of the Nine of Wands. And the Nine of Wands is often described as the wounded healer, as the energy that is sometimes a little bit guarded, that has, gone through some strife, some struggle, right? Some surviving, just like we were talking about, the energy of no more surviving, that it is thriving energy. And I was really hoping with the way Ogun came through right before we started that this card, this collective voice, was going to give us a direct message and confirmation of the obstacles being removed, and that we are sometimes in our own way. And sometimes we are in our own way just because of the things that we're holding on to, the wounds that we're holding on to. The things that ultimately we could burn away with this energy of the wands is fire alignment, with the energy of the number 9 of what needs to be burned away, what needs to be ended, because number 9 represents the energy of endings. We're in a 10-year, we're in a 1 year. It is literally a vibration where things are negative. We got to be like, that is so last year. Like, for real. Like, all that is, it's old shit. Like, for real. Like, command your perfection. Command that you are perfectly made. Command the energy of self-mastery with the number 7. The knowing frequency. The crown chakra, tapping into your higher self, your Ori. What your Ori decides for you is what it is. Rejects what is not meant for you and accepts what is meant for you. Align with that activation. Clearing out what does not serve. It really is a release to increase energy. And it is beyond just a belief. It is beyond a hope. It is a knowing. It is a realization. When a realization comes through, it is epiphany. There is so much more to it than just the energy of understanding something. It is like just, again, this grounded knowing. Confirmation. Confirmation. What you think, you are. The thought becomes a feeling. The feeling is an emotion, that is the energy in motion, and then that is what ends up creating whatever, good, bad, or ugly, you are going to then manifest and materialize. So when you are thinking something where oftentimes we don't really have control over our thoughts, and then we feel what we feel as a result of it, but then we have control over what it is that we say and what it is that we do after that. So we have to be in full command of our words, because our words will. We have to be in full command of our actions, because there's alchemy in our actions. So with this energy of the Nine of Wands, it really is a question to ask ourselves every single day of what obstacles am I creating for myself, and how am I removing this boulder? How am I lightening my load at the end of the day? And the energy of lightening your load is the weight energy of lighten, and also the darkness that we need to remove, the negativity, the energy of spells and curses and hex and all these things that inundate us and worry us. We watch the news and it's like such fear mongering, and there's so much that create this energy of this wounded warrior. Even the warrior frequency that we're in, because we're constantly feeling like we're fighting this spiritual war or this physical war or whatever it is that, again, we're combating, the obstacles, again, that Ogun is removing from our path. But we have to make sure that we are realizing that that is done, that we are focusing on the thoughts that indicate ultimately that it is done, instead of us reverting back to being in this wounded energy, being in this warrior energy. Know where your Chiron is, so that you can learn about that wounded healer energy, to how to navigate that. The wounded healer energy is the frequency that you can heal others, but you can't heal yourself. And that's where we have to reclaim that. And this is part of the obstacles that Ogun is removing from us, so that we can, instead of feeling like we're here to help others and only serve others, we can heal ourselves as well, because we said so, because we are deciding it. So tap into that knowing. Crown chakra activation, work with amethyst. Some of us are struggling with sleep, and it's more of a mind thing. That same thing, being protected by our awareness, but we can also be unprotected by our awareness, because if we're aware of things that don't serve us, then our mind is going, right? I got this download today and I was just about to share it, but it's a whole thing, and I have to share the whole thing all together, and it's going to be too much for me to do that right now. But it's a thing. In terms of the thinking, we got to calm all of the thinking. The thoughts, when we have to choose to transform it, even when the thought is negative, and even when the feeling becomes something that is uncomfortable, say the opposite. Do something to give you an opposite energy. When we think about depression and low vibration, all of those energies cannot hit a moving target. So do something physical, dance, go for a walk, be in the energy of I am in command of my vessel. Do something like in terms of cleaning even, right? Cleanliness equals godliness. So do something to just make yourself feel brighter, lighter, more in the energy of crown chakra. Keeping your head up, because when you keep your head up, that's what keeps your crown on. If your head is down, if you're feeling low, if you're feeling wounded, your crown falls off. So this is how you activate the crown chakra. Regardless, posture, yoga, being in a frequency of just standing tall, sitting tall. These are things, when you walk with command, speak with authority. These are things that help the subconscious mind remind yourself of who you are and what you are here to do. You are not wounded. You are not always in need to be in warrior mode, because if you're always in warrior mode and if you're always wounded, you cannot be in receiving mode. You are not going to be able to allow yourself to just lean back and surrender to receive what is meant for you. Tapping into 963 Hertz, that is the God code. That is the intuition, that is an auric cleanse. And that, again, is allowing for the downloads, for the messages, for the intuition to be able to come through, to get you through whatever it is that you are dealing with, and clear the roads. Because as much as we can give thanks to Ogun for clearing the roads ahead, if we just keep putting debris right in front of us again as soon as it's clear, I mean, come on now, right? God helps those who help themselves. So continue to help yourself by getting out of your own way, and sometimes feeling like, you know what, I can put the weapon down right now because God got me and I got me. Ashe? Indeed. And we got to be in protection. There's no question, right? But there's protecting your energy, but preserve your peace. because sometimes we tap into this energy of protecting our peace, which is counterproductive. Because if we're protecting peace, we're kind of canceling each other out. Protection and peace, you know what I'm saying, is protect your energy, but preserve your peace. When you know and you believe that you are surrounded and you are covered, just know it. Just know it. And then as a result, in that moment, be in the receiving mode. Allow yourself to be at peace. Allow yourself in that moment to put the weapon down and just receive and just experience the peace. Ashe. Not everyone is as kind as you. I hear you, sis. And likewise, for you to say that it takes one to know one. And that is very true. And this is why, however, right, we have to acknowledge that in ourselves and in each other, and know that when we are in that vibration and we continue to augment that vibration, we're going to come into alignment with each other that are of that vibration. And then the lower shit can't reach us. They can't reach us, so we don't even really have to worry about it. That's, again, why it's so important for us to sometimes be in a frequency of knowing our perfection, ultimately, that we are perfectly perfect and perfectly imperfect, right? And continue to augment our energy so we don't have to worry about that low frequency shit, because we are up, and away. Okay? Okay. Hey, Lisa. Welcome. That part, Miss Nicole, right? Thank you for joining, Lisa. Lisa was in holding space with us tonight. Blue heart. Blue heart is the emoji for tonight. Thank you. That was the collective read. We're going to read Perfectly Made. Sometimes I forget to read the actual cosmic concept that the cards are based on from my book, Sacred Soul Simplified. So let us read Perfectly Made. The declaration is, I am perfectly made. We are conditioned to say that we are not perfect because we align human flaws with imperfection. Despite any perceived mistakes we make, we must not forget that we are made in the image of the Creator, who is perfection. As a result, we too are perfect and just get mired in the dramas and traumas of life that take us out of the natural state in which we entered the world at birth. We could do many things that someone could judge, but that cannot remove the divine spark of perfection we are made of. Part of embodying that essence of perfection is making sure that we revere relationships, especially our relationships with self and source. Nurturing our dynamics with care and concern is the foundation for healthy exchanges and harmonious encounters. That perfection must be practiced. It is up to us how much consistency we choose to exercise with those who matter most. We are all one of a kind, and every day we are navigating new life experiences that we do not get trained for. The grace that we are given from Spirit is unconditional, so it is vital that we give ourselves and others grace as well. We will let ourselves and others down at times, but ensuring that we are accountable without beating ourselves up enhances our divine spark. That divine spark reveals to us the fine line between how we show up for others and for ourselves. Leaning into that perfection with humility alleviates the defensiveness or denial that fuels feuds. Finding the balance between being purposeful with others while prioritizing ourselves is perfection. And the soul inquiry is, how have you been hard on yourself and others for disappointing choices? Soul work. Write letters to yourself and others, complimenting the divine spark you see amidst the perceived human flaws. Chakra activation is the crown, Sahasrara, I know, purple 963 hertz, and the crystal amethyst. Perfectly made. Ashe. Night, night, mama. My mommy's going to sleep now. I love you, mommy. Night, night. All right, everyday tea's back. Word up. It's cool because I haven't started yet, so great. Take your time. Take your time. Go make your pee-pee. They flagged it. They filtered the comment, but I'll put it in. I don't know why it's not showing right now. Wisdom at its finest. Asheo says, I appreciate you. Princess, welcome. Welcome. All right. Now we will tap in for individual reads. Let's see what your voice most needs you to hear, right now. Miss Nicole is up. Lisa, did you put a blue heart? I didn't see. Okay, yes, there it is. I was scrolling up trying to find it. Cool. Got you. I'll let my pen drops to the ground. Okay. All right. I don't know what I revealed because I'm wearing some itty bitty shorts. All right. MLK, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining. Whoever else I missed, apologies. All right, Miss Nicole, you are up. Mommy, welcome, welcome. Mommy Ros, I just see ROS, but welcome. Sunflowers, welcome, welcome. Oh my goodness, Sunflowers, welcome, welcome. And then this card just flipped out, but I have to tap it in specifically for Miss Nicole. But Spirit Goddess, Oshun Goddess, this is joy and happy, and we're in the year of the sun. Major activations. Oh, and I just missed 11:11, well, a few minutes ago, but Sunflowers, you came through right when this card just flipped right out of the deck while I was shuffling, about to tap into Miss Nicole. Look at that. It's our year, y'all. This year of the sun is no joke, all right? It's no joke. All right, Everyday Tea, cool. We're still tapping into Miss Nicole, and then you are next. That's you. Leo, word up. Clarissa, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining. Awesome. Okay, Miss Nicole. Now we tapping in. Okay, tapping in for Miss Nicole. What does your voice need you to hear? Right here, right now, Miss Nicole. All right, we got your tarot card. Let's get your Sacred Soul Simplified card. Thank you, Spirit. Tapping in for Miss Nicole. What do you have for now? Thank you. Okay, Miss Nicole, you ready? And my ear just popped, and Ogun just... Okay. Okay. You ready? I'm gonna... Okay. Major confirmation for you here, because you have... Okay. So, Miss Nicole, first and foremost, before I go into the cards, I know, right? Let me unfilter that. The message that is very, very clear and that aligns with what I was sharing at the top and then confirmed in the collective is that get out of your own way and allow yourself to choose yourself. No is a complete sentence. Don't do anything based on obligation. Take time for yourself. Take your time back as much as you can and acknowledge that when you are doing for you, you are actually doing for others. And we're not trained to believe that, especially as mothers, grandmothers, aunts, whatever it is, divine feminine. We are not trained to do that. We're actually trained to do the opposite. And we're conditioned to feel like we are faltering and that we are not showing up in some ways or that we're deficient in some ways if we do not do that. You have to like completely, come back to this sense of me first. Me first, me first. Four of Swords. Just was I was talking to chat and I was saying all of the things with my Virgo stellium and what else do I need to do, and she was like, take a damn nap. Take a damn nap. Like, Miss Nicole, sometimes you need to just take a damn nap. Like, quite literally. There's an energy of stability and structure and foundation that is your birthright. And sometimes it is as simple as taking a damn nap, saying no, taking a bath, going to get a massage. It's the little things that you can do for yourself that end up giving you an equivalent of extra hours in the day where you don't feel like you're depleted, when you don't feel drained, so that even when you do show up for somebody, it doesn't feel like you're doing too much. It doesn't feel like a sense of obligation. There's no resentment. There's no fatigue. There's no, why am I doing this and that kind of thing? Or why am I doing this? Especially if you feel like you're not having someone or that particular person doing it for you in return. Again, we're tapping into energy exchange and reciprocity and all of that stuff, right? It has to go both ways as much as possible. In the sense of giving, sometimes we give and we have to give just to give, not with the expectation to get back. There's no question about that, especially because sometimes we give and we're not going to get back from who it is that we give to, but we will always get it back. Spirit is always going to see our output, and there's always going to be something that is given, especially if we give just to give. But it's a fine line to make sure that you're not doing too much and that you're not overexerting yourself. The Four of Swords also aligns sometimes with retrograde energy. So if, let's say, there's a planet in retrograde, like Mercury, for example, it's that energy of reviewing things and taking a rest and, revising and just, looking at something with a little bit more finesse, a little bit more of a making sure that you're dotting your I's, crossing your T's type of thing. So if there's any contracts, let's say, that you need to be signing right now, any verbal agreements that you're making right now, promises, it doesn't have to be anything specific technical. It could be, but just in terms of you showing up in certain ways, you want to be very, very sure that you can do that. You want to be very, very sure because of the energy of sacred sacrifice. This is twofold with the energy of sacred sacrifice. In some ways, sacred sacrifice represents where we give something up in order to choose the greater good, the highest good of all, but also making sure that you're not self-sacrificing for individuals or experiences that you're not actually able to fulfill, or that ultimately are not deserving. Everyone is worthy, but not everyone is deserving. And I don't think any of us take that much time to really distinguish between the two, the energy of worthy and the energy of deserving, and classify someone accordingly. Before you make any decisions, before you decide how you're going to show up for someone, that's what you want to be able to do and put them in that, that test in that sense. Like, yeah, everybody's worthy. It's just like potential, you know what I'm saying? But are you deserving? Because if I'm going to sacrifice, if I'm going to show up, if I'm going to commit to something or someone, you want to make sure that you take that time. This rest energy is also not just necessarily a nap. It's making that pause, taking that moment, that, again, retrograde energy, to revisit, to revise, to review, and to make sure if what you're sacrificing is a worthy sacrifice. Energy of 33 taps into Eshu energy, taps into the power of 3 times 2 in regards to creation, in regards to what you put in ultimately is going to magnify. Power of 3 frequency, when you're saying your affirmations and stuff, say it 3 times. You can say Amen 3 times, Ashe 3 times, Abracadabra 3 times. It's just going to give it that additional frequency, power of 3 frequency. Expressing yourself, speaking, using the throat chakra, activating the throat chakra, the energy of I speak, is really, really important, especially when we tap into the energy of sacred sacrifice. Confirming how you're showing up, how it is that you're deciding to say, I'm going to do this, I'm going to sacrifice for this person. You are a woman of your word. You are a woman of your word. So you want to be very, very discerning before you give your word. Because oftentimes, I shouldn't say oftentimes, sometimes you give your word because it's your good intentions, because it's how you just show up. But then you're like, I don't want to do this, but I said I would, so I will. And then it's an energy of obligation. And then when it's an energy of obligation, it leaves room for resentment and bitterness and feeling a little bit strained and drained. And that's not, productive for your purpose and for what it is that you're actually wanting to manifest for yourself. So don't be too quick to offer yourself. Don't be too quick to show up for people and commit and all of the things until you're really, really sure, again, that worthy and deserving energy, but also just in terms of your time and your soul sovereignty, because whatever you give out takes away from you. So you want to make sure that you're walking a fine line in that regard and making the right choice before you speak, before you show up, before you decide that that's how you're going to show up for somebody. Okay. This energy happens in the ether. So you want to take that time, again, taking the moment with this energy of rest gives you that moment to meditate, to take a moment before you make the physical commitment. Feel it out in the ether. What does this look like? What does my day look like if I have to get up? Okay, so if I say I'm going to do this, that means I wake up at 6:30 in the morning. Okay, I have to go and do that. I'm going to go and walk their dog too. And I'm going to, whatever the thing is, right? I don't know why I walk the dog, but like somebody might ask you to take care of their dog. And you're like, I already got my dog. Like, I don't know if I want to take care of 2 dogs. Things like that, right? You want to just walk through the day, walk through the commitment, walk through the sacrifice in the ether. in the intangible, in the visualization of walk it through before you decide to make it an actual tangible choice. Okay. Tapping into 741 hertz. Listen to that frequency as often as you can. And that's just going to help you also release any obligations, any, feeling of I have to do this thing. Is really going to help you come more into a command of your own voice and help you think things through before you speak them, before you commit, so that you can decide what makes sense for you, especially when it comes to the day-to-day. You don't want to be cutting into your nap time, honey. Okay? Don't be cutting into your nap time. All right? As for you, Ms. Nicole, that's for you. I hope that resonates. Everyday Tea, you are up. First reading, right? I think this is your first reading with me. I don't think I've ever done a reading for you, Everyday Tea. Those naps are life, Lisa. Life. Okay? Yes, it does. Awesome, Mr. Cole. You're welcome. Second. Okay, cool. So you have had reading with me before. I'm trying to remember. I don't remember. I usually remember the names, even if I can't, because some of y'all change your profile pictures. But I don't remember why don't I remember Everyday Tea? Because I always give a little bell. I was ring the bell. For those, I do a reading long ago, speed read. Okay, so long ago. Well, welcome back, and thank you. And it was late. Okay, cool. So I was on my last leg, right? Okay, cool. Welcome back. All right, let's tap in for you. Alexis, welcome. Welcome. All right, let's tap in for you. Everyday Tea. Thank you, Spirit. Ooh, all right. I got your tarot card flipped into the deck and flipped upward. Let's get your Sacred Soul Simplified card. Thank you. Ooh, okay. Ready? You've got the Temperance card, Major Arcana activation, moderation, and balance. Absolutely key for you. You may sometimes feel like you're in an energy of dilemma, 1 foot in, 1 foot out, not really sure what to do. And there's always an energy. I always say there's always only 2 choices. There's always only 2 choices. It's up, down, left, right, yin, yang. You know what I'm saying? Like yes, no, always. It's just that. In my book, I refer to the energy in regards to dilemmas. If you don't know, the answer is no. And as a result, there is no dilemma because there's the answer. Until it's a yes, it's a no. Indecision is a decision. So if you feel under any circumstances, in any situation that you don't know what to do, you don't have to make a decision. You literally do not have to. And if anything, the decision is not making a decision. You know what I'm saying? It's literally saying, until it's a yes, it's a no. I am not going to make any moves right now. You can pause. You can take that moment. You can chill for a second. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Kiba, thank you. You can chill for a second. Had a man tell me that. Well, there you go. That was that indecision is a decision. Absolutely. And it's a real thing. But we feel compelled sometimes to have to give. The irony is that usually when we feel like we have to make a decision, it's so that we can give someone else an answer. Think about it. You know what I'm saying? Like more often than not, that energy of dilemma is because of some type of obligation or some type of answering to someone else, giving them an answer. It's not about them at the end of the day, even if they feel like it is, you is you. So if you decide this is not about you, and if you're asking me for an answer that has to do with me and my time and my boundaries and my day-to-day and my choices, like I don't have to answer you right now. It's an obligation to okay, it's to choose. And that's the thing. And question the energy of obligation, right? Because if we choose from any place, whether it's for someone else or for ourselves, an energy of obligation, it takes away sometimes from, is this what I want to do? Is this what I need to do? The energy of obligation is like, I have to, right? So just look at all of that to make sure what is inspiring the question in itself, the decision, the options and all of that, so that you can look at the whole question, because that's where that 1 foot in, 1 foot out is, right? Ask myself what I want exactly. And we might not necessarily always get what we want, but Spirit will always give us what we need if we are being authentic with ourselves and being honest and being truthful and being transparent with self and with source. So allow yourself to be in that kind of not really sure. Allow yourself to also be in that in between. That in between is a liminal stage. That in between is where you're thinking something through, you're feeling it through. That energy of moderation, that energy of temperance is really just saying, this is where I am right now, and I'm going to be at peace and accept where I am right now until I know where I want to go next. And then that, and again, energy, removing the energy of obligation and all of that, so that when you do take that ultimate next step, whether it's taking a step back to go this way, whether it's taking a step forward, to the left, to the right, it's all a dance. It's all a dance. Life is a dance. And it is our choice which way we decide to move our feet. So just allow yourself to also receive messages from your ancestors. The temperance angel really does come in with that frequency that you are very, very guarded, very, very guided, very, very protected. Allow yourself to receive that. And it's in the stillness. It's in that moment of that liminal stage where you can just be silent and be like, listen, I don't know what I want to do right now. So I'm going to stop. First and foremost, I'm going to be still. I'm going to be silent. And I'm going to listen and receive. Allow that for yourself. The energy of I see you in the book refers to the energy of, sometimes negative energies, and, people might come and try to put vibes on you. And it's a frequency of, if you claim a curse, you curse yourself. So ultimately, if you decide that somebody could do something to you, then they can. But if you're like, I see you, and you ain't got it like that, because I am divinely protected and guarded and guided, then that's what it is. So release any negative feelings. Obviously protect your energy, do all of the things, but don't allow any external negative force to have more power over your internal positive force. Focus on that frequency. Tap into the energy of the third eye, seeing beyond these two eyes and what it is that you want to open and activate in terms of your intuition, which also is going to help you tap into your ancestors, your angels, all of the guides and protections, your inner protection, that inner work that makes sure that you know you got you. And if you got you, Spirit got you. Done and done. Tapping into the frequency of light, and that you are in the energy of light. You are in the light code of things, visualizing what it is that you want. When you're in this dilemma energy, or 1 foot in, 1 foot out, focus on the light. Focus on the most absolute, opportune, like epiphany, like ephemeral, like the most highly activated, most abundant version and timeline and visualization that you can imagine. Best case scenario type shit. You want to imagine what you want to see is the you that you want to experience in 3D. And then allow your actions, allow your thoughts, allow your third eye to lead you to that. And it helps you strip away the energy of obligation, the energy of anybody else that might put anything on you, where you can literally say, like, this is the version that I want. So whatever doesn't align with that, now I know that's not the answer. So sometimes we don't know what we want, but we know what we don't want. So sometimes we can just start there, right? Just journal that. Awesome confirmation. Love that. 852 hertz, listen to that. You can meditate to that. It's also going to give you some more guidance. It's going to bring your ancestors and your angels through to be able to sprinkle, some of that extra guidance that you need to help you make the decision, and so that you feel really calm and firm, so that you're not vacillating once you make the call. I've been tapping into quantum mechanics and quantum computing, and then this energy of, they refer to as the superposition. And that's that energy of kind of being in between before the manifestation lands. And we can allow ourselves to be in that superposition and look at it as an empowered energy, because we know what's inevitable is inevitable. It just may not be there yet. We may not be experiencing it in form and experience, but it is on its way. And that's the energy of the superposition. So allow yourself to be empowered by the superposition, even when it's not there yet, or you haven't made the decision yet. That's just superposition. That's just liminal stage. You're just in that position right now where you're waiting for a cosmic confirmation that is inevitable for you. Ashe. Been there since June. Got you. Well, I know that it's going to start to clear out for you. I think it is. I know that all of this, us even having this activation, and again, I tap into your voice. So this is your voice telling you what you're ready for. So a lot is going to start to come clearer for you, especially again, when you take the moment to be still and silent and just receive. Yay! Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Yes, Kiba, absolutely. Blue heart, honey. Thank you, thank you. Awesome. Empress Ma'at, welcome. Mariana, welcome. Emmanuel, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. For those who are just joining, if you would like a donation-based speed read, blue heart in the comment. I thank you for whatever you can share or spare. Cash App is at the top. Value of the read is $11.11, but whatever you can share or spare is much appreciated. And a minimum of $5.55 gets you entered into the draw to win a free reading with me. Is that my name twin? Is that Grace? I'm trying to... you changed your profile picture, right? Is that my name twin? It's been a minute. If so, Harry, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining. Welcome. I see you, Kiba. You on. Lisa, you were up, and Kiba on deck. Anybody else, please let me know. Blue heart in the comments. And donation-based speed reads. Thank you for whatever you can share or spare. Much appreciated. You are welcome, T. You are welcome. Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you for your trust. Thank you. Thank you. Reminder that I do offer free discovery calls. So on my website, backtonatural.life, if you'd like to schedule a quick kind of, one-on-one chat with me to kind of work through some stuff that you might be dealing with, and then we can see how we may potentially work together more after that. It's important, I feel, to just, allow people to feel out my energy and for me to feel out their energy and see if, things jive before you book a specific reading or working one-on-one or whatever the case may be. So I do offer free discovery calls that you can tap into through my website and book that directly on the website. I did just revamp the website, so if y'all check it out, then you can give me some feedback as well. So let me know what you think. All right, Lisa, let's tap in for you. Thank you, Spirit. Tapping in for Lisa. Thank you. Lisa. Wow. Spirit's like, okay, we're gonna drill this home for Lisa. We are drilling this home for Lisa because Lisa may have had a struggle today in regards to this thing that Lisa is working on that is coming back around again, Lisa. Again. So the message is the same, and it is what this is, and that I, especially with it coming back, is it's a confirmation of how much is in escrow for you. Like how much is, I wouldn't say owed to you, like as if Spirit, got some debt type of thing, you know what I'm saying? But you have a lot of abundance in your vortex. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I think it was last night, Friday night. It was Friday, yeah, because it's Monday. So Friday, I believe this was the card, and then you had gotten it a few times, once or twice before. And it's really, again, just that energy of not being in scarcity mode and not, hoarding the money and not being worried. And then even when you shared, receiving that guidance, and then the minute that you decided I'm not going to do that, you ended up getting that blessing right after you said I'm releasing the scarcity, right? So Spirit is just confirming for you how quickly things manifest for you when you come out of scarcity mode, when you're like, I'm not going to be worried about this stuff. Like, seriously, this is like the fourth or fifth, honestly. And that's the reason that now I'm receiving, like, I'm saying, like, wow, like, I think she got it, though. Why are we? It's because of how much you have to get. It's like, you want to get it, you got to get it to get it. You know what I'm saying? So Spirit, like, really, really wants you to get it so that you can come into this energy of stability. It's also because of how much you're going to receive is going to be how much that you're able to help. And that's a really, really, really important thing for you, that you don't want just for yourself. You want for your family, you want for the world, you want for the work that you're doing, you want for philanthropy, you want for foster care, you want for, you know what I'm saying? Like there's so much that you want to do for humanity that costs money, that in needs investment, that you need to be able to like walk the walk and talk the talk. You want to be able to lead by example. So the more you have, the more that you're actually going to be able to lead by example and then get others on board. You want to be able to put your money where your mouth is, quite literally. This is what Spirit's like, I see you, I know, but you can't get that with the scarcity. You can't get that with the lack mentality. You can't get that worrying about money. You can't get that, checking the bank balance and your stomach is twisted up and all of that stuff. And it's like, there's something that they refer to as the wealth organ, and that we need to activate because we weren't trained, because the way that we were raised, more often than not, I know for me, unfortunately, and my parents, it passed down, is that energy of money doesn't grow on trees, and we don't have enough, and I'm broke, and all of these things that we say, or we're looking at the bank account and we're just doing the math and we're just seeing the numbers go down, 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 and that's what we're living in. And when we're living in that, we're living in that. There's just the only, you know what I'm saying? You heard that often. And the craziest part is that money literally grows on trees. So the very thing that we've been conditioned to believe, and that has become this like incessant thing that is part of our DNA, that is literally part of what our body has held on to. It is this literal physical trauma and belief and conditioning that money doesn't grow on trees, and that creates scarcity. When the truth of it, the actual scientific freaking truth of it, is that money literally grows on trees, because money is cotton and paper, and it is of the earth, and we are of the earth, and we are mothers, and we are of the womb. And when we ground, we literally are absorbing gold and minerals and rubies and emeralds and diamonds. Like there is no separation to the wealth and the abundance of the earth, of what grows from the earth. But we are not, again, trained and conditioned to align with exactly that. This energy of grounding, we can't think of it as stepping on things where it's not enough, so we're hoarding it and we're tight. No, we have to think about the fact that we are grounding on the soil, on the seeds, and that is in alignment with our soul, and that we as well are the seeds. So it's really a shift of perspective in terms of the inheritance as stewards of this soil, as birthright. And once we click that, once that comes back into alignment, that's again the wealth organ that now starts to get stimulated, and then we start to attract the wealth to us. It takes time, but it takes practice, and we've got to give ourselves permission, but we have to practice that permission. The energy of regard your regrets is here, tapping into Sacred Soul Simplified, number 14, cosmic concept number 14. The energy of regard your regrets is when you look back and, oh my goodness, didn't you get this sis, you got this too. The regard your regrets came through when we were talking about hesitating to get things checked, and now, luckily you're going to get your appointment sooner or whatever. Did you get this exact combination? That would be insane if this was the same combination. Oh my goodness. This is part of the scarcity, the regret, being a little bit hard on yourself, the high insight energy of I should have, I wish I did, I wish I didn't, all of that stuff. Combo with another tarot card. Okay. Listen. Like, you're really, really protected. I mean, we're all protected. But when you get repeat messages, it's like there's a particular ancestor that is coming through. This could be part of the story that you shared with the ancestor that came through. She specifically may be coming through for you to let you know this cycle that you're in and how to break the loop, how to jump out of that. Because if you don't look at the things that you ultimately know you wouldn't do anymore as celebration, because that's what we should do when we think about a regret, quote unquote, we should actually be celebrating. Because that means if we could look at something that we did and can say, oh, I wish I didn't, That means that we've grown. That means that we have evolved and that we wouldn't do it like that anymore. Celebrate that instead of being hard on yourself and looking back and bringing this thing into the present like it's present. It's not. It's not. It's in the past, and it's in the past for a reason, because you wouldn't do it like that anymore. So regard the regret. Don't even think of it as a regret in that regard, right? In that sense, right? Regard your regret. Don't think of it as regret as a regard. So the energy of I know, this is crown chakra activation. When we are in an energy of regret, we are shameful, we are looking down, we're kind of hiding. You can't keep a crown on your head when you are looking down. You got to keep the energy of poise and posture, okay? Feeling strong and stable, knowing that everything happened the way that it was supposed to. And amethyst, color purple, brings in the royalty, the regal crown energy. This Four of Pentacles energy is still throne frequency, right? So for you to have a minor arcana that continues to repeat for you in regards to finances, in regards to eliminating scarcity and all of that low vibrational stuff because of what you were supposed to be experiencing, which is to sit on the throne, this seed here is also over the crown. So you can use it as crowning yourself with this abundance, or it can be this weight and this heaviness over your head when it comes to money and abundance. It's your choice at the end of the day. It's how you think about things. It's how you perceive them. It's what you are realizing. And once it becomes a realization, that it's an epiphany, and then it is done. So you really want this energy of what you're learning to become a knowing, what you're understanding to become a realization. Tapping into the God code 963 Hertz. Listen to that frequency. This has come back for you so many times. Listen to that frequency so that it can be an auric cleanse, so that you can start to receive the activations from crown chakra all the way down to stimulate the root, to activate things. Again, that energy of grounding. This is very much a root to crown, crown to root activation that is meant for you to be able to come into your most abundant timeline. Okay? I love that too. Oh my God, yay. Yay, yay, yay. Give thanks. Pig Boy, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining. Started listening every night and then you're getting it again. Awesome. Wear purple. Got to tap into this purple. Work with your amethyst. Keep it under your pillow if you can. It's going to help you with dreams, as well as any insomnia when the mind is going. You know what I mean? Just give you a sense of calm. Lavender. If you get some lavender oil, you can put it on your pillowcase for the aromatherapy. You're wearing purple now. Listen. Spirit be working through us. Working. I love it. Kiba, you are up, honey. Kiba has an ebook, ladies and gentlemen. So I would love if you all can follow Primordial Beings Whirl. And she's got an astrology ebook. Very it's so succinct. It gives you that. For beginners, it's really good too. For a beginner, I would say definitely. So if y'all can tap into and in Primordial Being Whirl so that you can support her ebook, please do. I got mine. Yes, indeed. Absolutely. Yes, please, Lisa. Absolutely. You ready, Kiba? It's your turn. You're welcome, honey. Of course. Of course. Y'all got stuff. I'm going to get it, and I'm going to tell everybody to get it. Period. Oh, yay, Lisa. Oh, I love that. Especially to get, a repeat card. Sometimes I'm like, how is the channeling going to come through that's different than what it was? But it always, Spirit always comes through. I'm grateful. All right, Kiba. Let's tap into your voice and what your voice needs you to hear right now. Anybody else, let me know, or this is the last one. Blue heart, if you would like a donation-based reading. Cash app is at the top. Whatever you can share, spare. Much appreciated. Jamie, it's been a minute, Jamie. Welcome back to the Vibe Tribe. How you doing? I never forget my peeps that be like the repeat, you know what I'm saying? It's even if it's been a minute. What up, Jamie? Especially those who are with me from the beginning. Oh my gosh. Hey. Yes, I will pin her so you can follow her. Thank you, Lisa. She said, thank you, boo. You're welcome, boo. So I pinned the thank you, boo. Absolutely. Hey, Tavern. Welcome. Follow. Hey, I'm so glad you're good. I'm wonderful. Thank you. Glad you're well. Welcome back. Kiba, major change on the horizon for you. Oya energy. Now, I know you know the cards. Kiba, by the way, is also a fellow reader. So if you don't see me, you see her. If you don't see her, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? I will always give the love because I trust her with my readings. So I don't just, yeah, and I will have her do my readings anytime. So tap into her for that as well. Major change. And again, the reason that I say that I know you know the cards is because, you know, sometimes we see certain cards and we're like, ah, shit, you know what I'm saying? But we also know, ah, shit, right? Tower card, Oya energy, because it is winds of change. It is things being, things being shifted and shaken up and breaking up and all of the things for what is meant to be on higher ground, for what is meant to experience on a more stable, solid frequency. Anything tower wise that falls and crumbles or whatever the case is because it was shaky. Yeah, right. Ah, shit, exactly. But we know that when the tower happens is because it wasn't solid and stable to begin with at the end of the day. So there's a bittersweet that you're experiencing right now in regards to relationships, in regards to a home situation where you want to be somewhere else. You want to be in many ways you are self-sufficient, but you want to like be like in your own space. You don't want to be sharing certain, you don't want to be sharing like your children, you know what I'm saying, your babies, like I'm talking about like there's other, just glitch, that was powerful. Okay, yes, okay, confirming. Okay, I don't know what your living situation is, so I'm just receiving what I'm receiving, that confirmation. The place of which you are in feels very shaky. It feels like you're ready for like, you like, I just need your crowd. It's crowded. Right. Yeah. You don't want it's literally that. You really like, people are all up in your space. Like you don't feel like you can just be, and again with the work that you do, sometimes you do just need quiet, you do just need silence, you do just need to do your live, and sometimes you can't do your live because of whatever, or you know what I'm saying, like you feel like your time is not yours and that you're not able to just sequester, do what you need to do, not have to always be with everybody and all of the things. Like you're sociable, but sometimes you really want to just be solo. You want to be silent. You don't want to be dealing with other people, and you don't want for their choices to dictate your own and thwart what it is that you're trying to do. So this is a good thing because I'm seeing the option. This is what's coming through, that there is something is going to find its way. You're working on it. You know, continue to do that, whatever you're doing, if it's looking, if it's manifesting, if it's a little bit of everything, so that you are able to. And the thing is, there's a part of you that's like, even if you could right now, you wouldn't, because there's a lot of intertwined and entanglements and stuff. So you want it, it would be slowly anyway. It wouldn't just be like if you had the opportunity to just bounce right now, you would. That's what I'm receiving. So then in some ways you're kind of at peace with it, even though you're like, but I really look forward to when it's not. But it's again that liminal stage, that superposition. But allow yourself to take the time that it's supposed to take, because again, if you won the lottery today, you may not just bounce. You could no, you would so it's like, no, she would. If she won the lottery, yeah, no, she would, because then she'd be able to like take care of other people too. That's really what it is. It's that you don't want to just leave and feel like you're not there to help and show up how you need to, or that you abandoned and that kind of thing. So that's the thing that's in between. Like I would, exactly. I was like, as soon as I said it, Spirit was like, no, she would, because she could still be able to do what she need to do for people without being there. So that's really what it is. You want to be able to like be there without being there, kind of thing. You're finding your way. You're finding your way. Exhale, inhale, exhale. Oya energy as well. Again, the Tower card is Oya energy. Breath of life is Oya energy. Doing breath work is going to be really, really powerful for you at an open window or being outside. Always visualizing on the exhale what you don't want anymore, inhaling what it is that you do want. Bringing in that cyclical energy, giving thanks to the breath of life. That's something every morning you should start the day and give thanks to the breath of life. Whether you use Oya, whether you just talk about the breath, whatever it is, your breath, you want to give thanks for your breath. Give thanks to your lungs for their full capacity. Take care of your lungs through breath work. Don't smoke. Don't do any of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you know I get a little something, you know what I'm saying? That's always like an exception to every rule. But moderation, you know what I'm saying? It's all of that where you want to just be very mindful of honoring your breath and giving thanks for the return of your breath every day that you get. She said, "Whoo, child, yes." I know. I was like, I have to learn put a little on that. You do? Okay, that I received that. So if it's cigarettes, then yes, I would say you have to stop because that's what I received. And I wasn't sure. That's why I said the caveat that if it's that, then, you can do a little bit here and there. You know what I'm saying? Moderation. But if it's the cigs, you have to stop that. You have to take better care of your lungs. You want to allow yourself to be in its full capacity, of breath, the breath of life, what it is that, again, you're releasing and what it is that you want to increase and all of that stuff. Okay, got you. Okay. Whatever you feel is like, creating some type of obstruction, especially if, you're not as mindful as you can be in terms of moderation. If you're coughing at any point, drink mullein tea. Drink mullein tea, drink mullein tea, drink mullein tea, mullein tea. Get mullein tea. Can you get mullein tea? Mullein, Mullien, or Iein, or mullein tea. You'll find it. It is a lungs detox. It will clear all of the stuff. I thought you were catching a cold. Okay, I'm feeling it. It's that. It's blocking you up. And that's where the mullein tea is going to help you clear that out and help you with the breath. You know what I'm saying? Just tapping into inhale, exhale, breath work, clearing that out. But, it's counterproductive when we're doing things to help, but then doing things to harm. You know what I mean? Because then we're kind of keeping ourselves at zero when we want to advance. We want to, again, the increase versus the release, right? So do what you can to move things along, move things further along, and not kind of 2 steps forward, 1 step back, finding that in between. But mullein tea, mullein tea, mullein tea. Cool? Especially at night, last thing at night, so that it really sits on the chest, clears things out, does all the work while you're sleeping and stuff like that. That's going to help. I know when we know better, we do better. So this is what's coming through for you in regards to this message across the board. Sometimes we're still in our habits and whatever the case is. And, we do what makes us feel better and all of that. And again, moderation. But when certain things and when spirit is like, you shouldn't be, you shouldn't be, you shouldn't be. And that I know, then we say, if you know better, you do better. But oftentimes we don't. Oftentimes we know better, but we don't always do better. So that's just a question for you to navigate some of the things that you should be doing. And as a result, actually try to implement them more. Breath work is going to make a lot of that more clear for you. When you start to heal the lungs, let's say the mullein tea, you know what I'm saying? If you hold back on smoke, whatever it is, and then you start to feel better or you're not coughing as much or all of a sudden, then it becomes a no-brainer. That is kind of like, okay, I kind of can't deny that I feel better. And then it makes it harder to go back to harming when you start to heal. Okay. And all that too is going to help you get to the higher ground, get to the self-sufficiency, get to the place where you're not feeling crowded, which also kind of plays into why you need the escape sometimes, right? Because you're just like, oh, fuck, I just need to go outside and fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get that too. But that's where it's like kind of finding the right balance and thinking things through, tapping into the energy of realization, which taps into the energy of knowing better and doing better. When we realize something, we would be remiss to revert back to pretending that we don't know what it is that we were just granted and the information that we were just given. 963 Hertz, God code, tapping into the crown chakra, amethyst, receiving all of our downloads, and just again, being obedient to the messages as they're given to us. 963 Hertz, and sleeping with that, activating with that is definitely going to help with the clarity and confirmations. Coming through for you. Big changes. Big changes. Love Amethyst. Perfect. Amethyst wants to work with you. Lady Amethyst wants to work with you. Hello, River. Welcome, welcome. You got that, sis. That's for you. That's for you. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. All right, y'all. I'll be on here late these days now because I'll be coming in late. And I just want to hook you all up and get through the readings. But I appreciate y'all. I will be back tomorrow after holding space. You are all welcome to join anytime if it feels right to your soul. And yeah, I think that's it for tonight. Alejandro, welcome, welcome. Just wrapping it up. But thank you for being here. Whew. Whoa. Yeah, it's time to go. It's time to go. I appreciate y'all. Kevin Powell, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining. How you doing? You're welcome, Lisa. Anytime, all the time. I appreciate you. I sure enough do. All right, y'all. I think that's it for me, for you, for us, for we tonight. Until tomorrow. Always a vibe. Ashe. It sure is. Wave Do Murph. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining. But I am heading on out until tomorrow. I appreciate y'all. Rest well, dream sweet. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, bye, bye. Thanks.